What's going on, everybody? Christopher's here, and I've got 3 battles for you guys today. It's been a while since I did more than one battle, let alone any battles, other than yesterday's. But yeah, as you can see, I've got kind of a strange team. It's rather PU, but basically the concept behind this team is to be bruisers. Now, bruiser is kind of a term I picked up from playing League of Legends, and if you don't know what a bruiser is in that game or in general, bruisers are basically tanks that can also dish out quite a bit of damage. And so the kind of, it's almost hyper offense, but they're meant to sustain as well. As you can see, you can tell that Monferno is just doing work here. 35% with a non-stab, non-super effective hit and power. That is some damage. And this is kind of a strange Lunatone. It's got Calm Mind, Ancient Power, Baton Pass, Stealth Rock, and it's using a Custop Berry. And as you can see right there, full to 0 against that pincer. Excuse me. Lots of damage. This thing is very good. Every single one of these Pokemon, except for Sima... Oh god, I'm forgetting its name. Simipour, the water monkey thing. You know what I'm talking about. I'll see it in a bit here, I bet. All of them have a move that can help them set up, and then the water monkey is scarfed, so it's also kind of like a cleanup crew. And in this, basically the mindset that you have to have behind this in order to do well with it is you can't be afraid to lose Pokemon. You're going to take some hits, you're going to survive some hits, you're going to deal a lot of damage with when you set up, and then you're going to have something else coming for the sweep. Mainly Ursaring, because Ursaring gets the quick feet, and after a bulk up, it's going to smack a lot of things really, really hard. Butterfree is kind of hard to use on this team, considering Lucky Freeze, Lucky Unthaw right there, by the way. And that was not banded damage. That is crazy. But yeah, if they get rocks up before I can get Butterfree in, it's really hard to do. And here is a really strange Zuilis. It does not have any sort of moves on it. It's a Violite. He told me this. It's a Violite with Rest, Sleep Talk, Roar, and Dragon Tail. So basically, it's like the Antichrist when it comes to like setting up. So that thing was going to be a huge problem for my team. Luckily, I dealt a lot of damage off the bat, and when I got back around to it, I knew how to take care of it. Here's Physical Vileplume. It got Swords Dance, so I'm like, why wouldn't I take advantage of that? It gets Drain Punch as well, and I know Drain Punch is going to hit a lot of things hard. So this is Swords Dance, Return, Drain Punch, and Seed Bomb, because Petal Dance isn't a thing yet in Gen 5, but once it is, this Vileplume is going to be even stronger, going from a base 80 move to a base 90 with no sacrifices at all, really. There might be a PP difference, but I don't think there's much of one, and if not, it's not like I'm going to be using too many. I know Vileplume's probably going to die unless it is the winner for this battle. Right here you can see me taking some damage from the rocks with Not Pink. It's a shiny Butterfree, and in the anime, shiny Butterfree is supposed to be like bright pink, and this thing is pink-ish, but it's not completely. Right here he goes for a really good play. He has Lumberry on this, and he knows he's going to get put to sleep again, but he goes for the Stone Edge knowing that the Lumberry is going to wake him up. Here I miss a Hydro Pump, unfortunately. I don't know if it would have killed. I know it would have done probably at least 80%. Power Gem from this here, I know I'm going to dish a lot out, and I know I can take one even from a stab X-Scissor. And basically, I do lose this one, spoiler alert. Basically, what I'm trying to say is have fun, but this is not perfect, it's not exact, but it's fun. I don't make teams to win every single game. I make them to break the meta, to kind of, experiment, have fun. A lot of the time you'll actually end up making a team that is so good and tested, and also so against the meta that it catches them off guard and also allows you to surprise them in that way. And that's just huge. Like, a lot of people are going to respect that or call you out on it and say it's really cheap. But if a Pokemon gets a move, expect that move to be on the Pokemon. Don't try to underestimate anything. Predicting is a big part of stuff, because I mean obviously there are going to be some moves that you almost always have on a certain Pokemon. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that really. But as you can see here, it is not perfect. It is flawed. Don't use this team. This team, I literally threw it together. I was like, okay, so what Pokemon can set up? What Pokemon go well with this Pokemon? And then I just kind of went for it. I mean, it actually turned out fairly well for just kind of going for it. But here, this is a really good point. Destiny Bond. My Pokemon don't have too many fast Pokemon on it, so Destiny Bond is a huge problem, and it's not just Destiny Bond, actually. Basically, Ghost types and Will-O-Whispers, or Will-O-Wisping Ghost types, which was in the last match, which was my ultimate downfall, basically wreck this team. And it's almost impossible to make a team without a huge hole within it, and mine was Ghost type Will-O-Whispers. And see, he's going for Destiny Bond here, and I'm trying to find a way like behind this. I can't put anything to sleep because he put Seadra to sleep, which is really surprising because Seadra was probably going to be one of his best players. I probably would have put Emolga, maybe? Nah, I guess Emolga would have been huge too, but Bastiodon and Grumpig, those two did not really have too much going for them against my team. So I think one of the things that actually lost this guy this match was the fact that he let his Seadra go so early, because Seadra doesn't do too much in this. It does wake up at some point, it does dish damage, but not nearly enough to save this guy. Ursaring, by the way, huge threat. I only have 16 EVs, which, I mean, that's only 4 attack stats if you think about it, and then it's also adamant, so I mean, it doesn't have too much in it. It's 4 extra points into damage, and then an extra 10% overall, which, I mean, that is a huge thing, but at the same time, like, you could go 252 EVs into it and go for it. But honestly, the speed for Quick Feet using the Toxic Orb, it's not Guts, it's Quick Feet, by the way. Between that, max health, and getting the speed from Quick Feet, and being able to use a Bulk Up before I die, that's huge. Banded Licky Licky, by the way, and I've realized that by how much damage it dealt. So knowing that I needed to go for some damage, even if he brought in Banette, I needed to go for that close combat. I guess I could have gone for the Facade as well, but neither of those would have hit Banette, and the most that one of those attacks would have done would have been close combat to that Licky Licky. So it made the best sense to me. Seadra was the worst of his switches right there, but I mean, he went for it regardless. Here he finishes me with a Shadow Claw, which I knew that Vileplume was going down either way because I needed a safe switch to go in. Flamethrower, stock, just going to take that thing out completely. Vacuum Wave does not kill the Licky Licky, but he goes for the Earthquake. And now I know he's banded into it. I go for Lunatone, and I know that on this switch he's going to have to go into a Sleeping Seadra, so I get a free setup. So I decide to chuck one of these at him. I don't get any sort of boosts in this, sadly, but he burns me here. I'm knocked down, and although I'm pretty sure he didn't have any speed in that Licky Licky, now I'm going to be able to activate that Cuss Staff for the win. So yeah, rate and subscribe if you haven't already, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.